Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Dream Team Tonic deadline stream. It's going to be all three of us back together again eventually. Yeah, thanks for your patience. We had one as the delivery arrive bang on the start time, and also Ben's firing up. What is it? Windows 97?
Windows 95 he's gone for.
Something like that. So he'll be with us at some point, maybe for the last 5 minutes. How are you doing, Tony? You good?
Yeah, all good, mate. I'd say expected as the delivery. But he did bring plenty of beer, so I'm happy.
Do you hope he kept it cold for you as well?
Nah, it's not, but I had plenty of plenty of cold ones in. It's
Dry
not bad
Jan.
Deadline stream at this time, isn't it? Not too bad. Yeah. See that window, mate? Right out of there.
Everyone fit and healthy now as well. You got rid of the lurgy?
Pretty much, just little and 5 months old. He's struggled with it a little bit, but yeah, everyone else back to full fitness.
I thought I could hear a little bit of coughing earlier. Hope they're all doing all right.
I think he's milking it now.
Like I was. Right, people. Just to kick things off, the chat is subscribers only. So if you're not subscribed and you want to get your message in, subscribe to the channel. And I agree with Mr. H here. Smash the like button while you're waiting. 229 likes. 229 people watching, just 38 likes. So let's get things going. Captaincy poll as well is going at the minute. And it's a landslide. 71% on Haaland currently. 19 on Salah. I didn't know who to put for the third one. It was between Foden and Bruno. I put Bruno down. He's only on 3%. And then 7% going other. Now I've seen like Son mentioned, Watkins mentioned. I guess Foden could be in there. So yeah, let us know if you're capping someone differential this week. But should we go straight into it?
Yeah. Let's fire away.
New member literally just joined the channel as well. So Bradley Laycock, welcome to the Tonic community. If you do want to become a member, early access to the pods, you get the priority live stream, comments read out, and you get access to our Discord community as well. So do consider that. Let's pick out a few here. Let's get it going. So we've got Josh Baker in the chat. So looking to take out Johnson and don't know whether to bring in Kulu or Maddison. And for the second choice, should I keep Forster? I've seen a lot of people stuck with him, and take out Gahey, or keep Gahey and change Forster. Would you just keep your non-playing keeper?
Yeah, if you're going to bring a doubler in for Gahey. Obviously, depending on budget, if you could bring in like a Porro. Not so much Trent this week because he's probably going to get rested. He's probably only got a single, but it is a good single against Ipswich. Yeah. So if you can afford to go there, it's not a bad one either. Forster or no keeper is not going to kill your season. It's really not a muchness, is it? Between Kulu and Madders, obviously with the Johnson, Kulu got moved out wide, which I don't think is his best role for points, but he's still a danger. It is a little bit of a flip a coin there. I think they'll both play both games this week. Obviously, they need to win both. They're struggling in Premier League. They need to get some points on the table, and obviously, they still need to win in Europe. So they're both good options. I've got Kulusevski in. I am tempted by bringing Maddison in as well,
alongside
Kulu. So choose between them. Who have you got to feel for? I'd guess Maddison's ceiling's a little bit higher. That's the only thing I could really put.
I'd agree with that take. Like, I do prefer Kulusevski if you just want someone that you can know that you can just rely on every single week. But
yeah,
he is highly owned now, so you could get ahead with Maddison. I quite like that. Steve Ricks, afternoon, lads. Hope you're all well. Taking Luis Diaz and taking Luis Diaz and Castagne for Tielemans and Digne. What do you think? Do you want to take Diaz out this week? Luis Diaz?
It's tricky because he's probably going to get minutes in both games, I would guess.
I'd keep Diaz.
He's one of them that could
Diaz
burn
and
you.
Tielemans.
Yeah, if you can, depending on formation. I mean, I don't mind the Villa route. Villa still have, obviously, they've got 2 home games, and yeah, they need to win them. So it's Villa are a good option because they still need to win that European game.
Yeah. He's playing a little bit deeper, Tielemans, it seems, with Onana looked like he picked up an injury. I'm not sure when he's back, but he went from being the more advanced of that three with Cameron and Onana to having to drop back a little bit. So I like Diaz.
Yeah, Onana coming back sent Tielemans forward again, didn't it? And obviously started picking up points, scored a couple of goals. And then, but Onana limping off, and he's obviously going to find himself sat back down there.
One of our other channel members, I remember I was trying to pronounce this, and then didn't you say just call us Dave or something? What did you say? What did you say?
I'm pretty certain it was call us Dave.
We'll call you Dave anyway for this one. Cheers. While you're waiting, has anyone got any thoughts on Diaz for this week? We just covered it, but yeah, even if it's an Ipswich single and a sub appearance PSV, I think you kick yourself if you take Diaz out ahead of Ipswich.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'd just keep, I think.
I think the danger with the Liverpool ones is you're probably playing the Liverpool lads as a single. If you get any minutes in that second game, bonus. So bringing them in is a little bit, but holding them is fine. It's just like holding Salah. You know he's not playing that second game, but he's got a plum fixture first up. So
yeah. New member Bradley Laycock said, Madders or Diaz, bring in for Savinho if you had to quick fire choose one.
Madders.
Yeah, if I didn't have Diaz, if I didn't already have Diaz, if I had Diaz, I'd keep him. But if I didn't have either, I'd go Maddison, I think. And do you see Chelsea scoring against City?
Yeah.
Here we go. Even my wife calls me Dave. I thought I had it right. Right, let's go back to the top. Cheers for your support, guys. Morning, Miss Snoopy, as well, one of our Patreon members. 2008, Benji, finding it challenging at this point of the season to transfer in players that will be good for both points and the price increase. Team value 61 mil. What's your thoughts? Team building, budget building. You still doing it or?
No, 61 mil is not bad. I think I'm on 62.9 until Saka comes back. Obviously, De Bruyne's come back into play now, which makes it a little bit tricky. Once Saka comes back, I think it might struggle. But other than that, 61 million, you should be able to get pretty much what you want there. And there is a few good cheap options. The likes of Rodgers, who plays most minutes in a Champions League team. So, I'd just be concentrating on getting the players in that you want. It's a tricky week this week as well. Because of what follows, you've got a little bit of a mismatch of you've got people doubling this week with games that need to win, and then they drop into singles, then they also drop to a blank. You've got Liverpool this week probably only playing towards a single, but then doubling next week with the Carabao Cup. I think the transfers this week you've got to have a bit of an eye on next week and the week after. It's a tricky one, but your budget's all right there.
Yeah, I'd go points over budget at this point. The only time I've been caught out recently is I went a bit early on Raya, and then that priced me out of a few things. So as long as you're maybe not going too expensive on your keeper, I think you should be all right.
Yeah.
Right. Ben looks like he's on the brink of joining. I just wanted to quickly address something or cover something that's popping up in the chat quite a bit at the moment. because I don't know the answer, but like a lot of people saying that there's rumours online that Isak could be ill for today's game. I'm in Amelia's camp here. It's a dodgy Twitter account spreading the rumour on Isak. So there's a page. I'm not even going to name the page because I've seen him get so much stuff wrong previously that he's on my bad list. But there's a guy that's been saying Isak unwell this week, late fitness test needed. Looks like a few people have jumped on it. So wait and see if anyone more reliable puts it out there. We could get leaks today.
That's an FPL thing. I'm pretty sure he's the same person who'll be captaining Isak in FPL against Southampton.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's options if you do want to sell Isak, isn't there? There is options this week, but
there's plenty. But he's somebody you want in next week, and this is the danger that around singles and doubles and back to singles and blanks, and it's a tricky week to navigate there.
I'm seeing people actually quote tweet this guy and say, for anyone that plays FPL, this guy's repeatedly been wrong in the past, so don't let it worry you. So, yeah, that's that on Isak. I think we're good. Right. We'll see if Ben can get his camera up and running. I don't think. You there, Ben?
Hello. How you doing?
Yeah, all good. You got no camera, but we can hear you.
Right, I don't know what's wrong there. All right, anyway.
Old school.
Yeah, we'll carry on. Right. Terry having difficulty with his transfers. Any advice? Dubravka, Trent, Robinson, Gabriel, Foden, Bruno, Rodgers, Gordon, Isak, Haaland, Salah. Don't send these ones in, guys. They take too long for us to go through. Thinking Dubravka and Gordon out, Alisson, Maddison in. I think Maddison's good. I don't know if it's the right week for Alisson. Could you see Kelleher maybe getting a game in Europe?
You'd expect so.
Yeah.
I read a stat somewhere about Alisson facing something like 12 shots since he come back or something, and 7 of them have been goals. Some crazy stat. Don't quote me on the figures, but it was something ridiculous.
I'd just keep Dubravka. I know Pope could be close, but you could just have a 1v1 there, and then you might have Dubravka for a double next week. But I like the Maddison one. Here he is.
Hey.
Hello.
Finally.
Welcome along.
How you doing?
Get the super chats in so Ben can get a good computer, guys.
Yeah. Windows 95 ain't working anymore.
iPod. Morning, guys. Any of you think Harvey Elliott could be a good differential? Could he at least get one start this week? Tony? You like Elliott?
Do you know what? Yeah, I do. He's a top player. He will get the PSV game. I don't think he'll get many minutes against Ipswich, but if they are battering them, then you might see possibly 3 or 4 subs at like 65, 70 minutes. And, but then you always end up, you see it towards the end of the game, they make all these subs and these players come on wanting to get involved in it. And then you end up with defence just passing it around for 20 minutes and not creating any chances. It's so frustrating. But yeah, I wouldn't go there. I think you need to start plan towards next week and the week after as well with these subs.
Anything to add, Ben?
Yeah, not for me. That it's a bit too differential. There's plenty of other differentials out there that are going to get more minutes and probably more chance of scoring goals. Even if he does score, he might only get 1. So I want someone a bit of a higher ceiling.
Yeah, agree. Nothing to add to that, really. Demetrius, and he says, keep up the good work, guys. Honestly, the best content out there. So thanks, mate.
Cheers, pal.
He has got Sanchez in goal, who needs replacing, and Lewis from City. Budget's 6.5. Bringing in Digne and Kinski from Spurs. Or would you do Martinez and a cheaper defender? I quite like that pairing, actually.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Lewis, strange one. strange one because I've been saying he's a good option for like 2.6 million, 2.8 million, or something Lewis was at the time. And he's just not. Walker's gone off to Italy and he's trying to turn Núñez into a right back. Strange one for me. He started really well this season, Lewis. I thought he was pretty much nailed. Something seems to have gone a little bit wrong there, but I don't mind that Digne and Kinski.
Yeah, I think Kinski's decent.
I think you better go in that way than trying to cheap on your defender and go Martinez, because Martinez not been picking up many points either. So it's Digne is not a bad shout.
I do prefer Martinez, but like, if it means getting Maguire, like for example,
you're going to end up dropping down to either a single, somebody who isn't playing in the Champions League or Europe, or somebody you don't really want. Digne is not a bad option, especially after Matsson's performance. He got hooked, didn't he, at half time? So you think Digne's be back in there?
Ben?
Yeah, just I don't like it ideally at Digne, but short term it's okay. Kinski's only going to get the one game this week though, isn't he? But he's decent if you want. He ain't got much budget because he'll get double next week. Yeah,
and the week after, you'd imagine FA Cup. Actually, it depends whether they get through in Europe, doesn't it?
Yeah, if they get the playoffs, then he should be allowed to go into the squad if they replace one of the other goalkeepers.
Yeah, we wasn't sure on that, was we? We thought with the European, we weren't sure whether the playoff would count as being one of the knockouts or part of the groups, but it counts as one of the knockouts. So it sounds like they can get a new squad together. Jay, Watkins for a 1 week punt.
Don't mind it.
Like it.
I don't like it.
You know? Oh yeah, no, we talked about it, didn't we?
I just think Duran's just gonna take minutes off him, and I'd rather go for someone else.
Like
Son. I think Son's got a good week. Last 2 games at the Tottenham Stadium against Leicester, he scored 5 goals against Leicester.
Yeah, I've seen that.
How many are you letting in today? Or is it today?
Tomorrow. Give me a day off, mate. I think Son's a better option this week.
5, I reckon.
Yeah, I like Son. Don't mind Watkins though. I don't. I thought he looked good against Arsenal.
Quick fire, Adam Mack. Who'd you bring in between Gordon, Diaz, Maddison? 1 for Maddison.
Maddison.
Yeah, it's Maddison. I mean, Gordon's not a bad shout because he's got a good fixture and then he's got the double next week. So I'm not against that if you were trying to cover Isak or something like that. But yeah, Maddison this week. You could always bring Gordon in next week for the double.
Mazraoui, this is Billy's question. Mazraoui and Palmer out. Should I go with KDB and Tsimikas or Rodgers Maddison?
Rodgers Maddison for me.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much guaranteed 2 games out of both Rodgers and Maddison.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of minutes. Tsimikas probably, he seems to be number 1 now, doesn't he, at left back, so he'll miss the second game. He'll probably play Ipswich and then miss PSV. Robertson will play.
Yeah, that's what puts me off Tsimikas because of the potential rotation. And then De Bruyne, great double this week, but I think he might he'll only get 1 game next week and it's away at Arsenal, so it might be like a bit of a in and out. If you want to bring him in for 1 game, it's up to you, but then make sure your team's right for the next week as well.
Yeah, it's putting me off the City players that obviously moving down to the single and it's an away at Arsenal. But yeah.
So I'm just looking at our Discord now, and they've posted their graphic for the Newcastle match, and it's got Asuna in the background. They're playing games here. Brennan Johnson to Ollie Watkins. I mean, we've just said we like Watkins, but Ben gave a good pitch for Sonny instead as well. Sean Smith, Jed Spence and Palmer out. Any replacements Who do you prefer for Palmer? Would it be Maddison, like you said, or?
Yeah, Maddison is quite cheap, and you should give you some money to put Spence up to maybe a Porro, something like that.
Yeah, good point. Keep a little bit aside for the defender.
Yeah, agree with that.
Do you like Porro in for Timber? Jack's question.
Yeah. I'm tempted to do that move myself because Porro, Tottenham need to win both games. Arsenal are through pretty much in the Champions League, so Timber might get rotated in the second game. So, and then later on, Arsenal's going to have a blank at some point. So it's potentially getting away from them a bit earlier than I need to, so I don't, run into a 10-man team or something later.
Yeah,
I like that.
So a lot of the transfers this week, you got that half eye on next few weeks. It's more important probably this week than it's been in a while, to be honest, to plan a little bit further ahead.
Cheers, Peter G, for the super chat. Havertz, Son, or Watkins? You can only choose one.
Sonny.
Tony?
Yeah, it's got to be Son, hasn't it? It's got to be.
Cheers, Peter.
Yeah, I liked Watkins at the start of the week or when I was recording my pod, but then that was before the Son brace, and the recency does kick in, doesn't it? There is a confidence thing with strikers. And he's got the goal next week.
I always have a look back at how they perform against the teams as well previously, and Son has a great record against Leicester, so that
there is something in that, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, definitely. I don't think we're going to captain Son, but I think we're going to bring him in. I think my captaincy is going to sit on Haaland.
I'm 50-50 on whether to go Son or Maddison.
For cap?
No, to bring in.
Oh, okay.
I am toying with both. That's why I was texting you earlier about, because initially I thought I were on about the game being at the King Power, but I know it isn't. But I was thinking if Maddison gets a crap reception off the Leicester fans, it just drive him a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, but I'd have to sacrifice either Fernandes, De Bruyne, or Foden to get to Maddison, and I don't know. I don't want my team to go too Spursy.
Yeah, dodgy one to rely on, but they always score goals. They score goals. No matter how many they concede. You might have Porro, but no one's picking them for clean sheets anyway.
That's it.
Cheers, Peter. Another super chat from Josh. Palmer to Foden, Timber to Porro. Any advice? Any thoughts?
We'll have you upgraded to Windows 2000 soon, Ben.
Yeah.
Cheers, Josh. I don't mind that at all. City for this week, they need to win. I mean, they've got a tough game against Chelsea, but then they're at home to Bruges. They've got to win that game. That is a must-win. And so they're good options. You do have to single against Arsenal next week, but there's nothing wrong if you fancy bringing Foden in. You might want to take him out next week and bring a doubler back in. I don't know. But yeah, them moves are decent.
Yeah, looking at the fixtures, in 23 they play Leyton Orient as well, so they might rest for Foden in that one. So be like a single against Arsenal, then a rest. Well, obviously they'll have the playoff if they get into them. If they beat Club Brugge. But yeah, it's decent double next week. This week for Man City. Just team dependent, really.
Yeah, obviously at the back they got all the new signings. Two new signings at the back. They got Mamouche, is it? Who can play anywhere across. He's going to steal minutes off the likes of Foden and De Bruyne, Sabinho. So it's it's tricky with bringing City assets in for this week, but it's not really the players that you want for next week.
I'd still go Foden. I think I'd still go for him. I don't think Chelsea have been all that, have they, lately? Not doing too well themselves. I'll go him this
No.
week and then make your decision later on.
You know that Ruben Diaz is out again straight away. Didn't miss him at the back. They're so shaky without him. Against PSG after half time, I know they went 2-0 up, but I mean, they had a back four of Nunez, Vardiol at centre half with Akanji, and then Rico Lewis, who's a right back, either at left back. It weren't good. They had to sacrifice Savinho to put Grealish on to cover Rico Lewis. It could be a Palmer hat trick. Don't want to put doubts in your head, Josh, but you could be taking a Palmer hat trick out to put Foden in for a blank, but who knows?
Nah, I'd still do it. Cheers. Cheers, Josh. I'd still do those moves, I think.
Nah, they're all right then.
Adam Speakman, cheers, mate. Another super chat. Isak, Haaland, Salah. Who to captain? 2.6k overall. Well,
fixtures. You gotta go fixtures, ain't you, mate? Haaland,
yeah. Haaland for me. Two must-win games for City.
Yeah. Man.
Same for me. I'm a little bit worried that Salah might get a rest in that second one, so I'm just gonna go Haaland, I think, as well. Yeah. Don't think, and I think that's what it looks like the vote or poll are doing as well. 73% currently Haaland at the minute, 18% Salah. He might play Europe, Salah, and if you knew he did, I think it would change things. But
yeah,
go with the known maybe. And cheers to Was Allen as well for the super chat.
Yeah,
fellas, would you do Eze to Maddison this week?
Yeah.
Madison's a good option this week. Very good option.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer for me as well. I think he is going to get the 2 games. So, yeah, cheers, Alan. I spotted one a second ago. Let's pick some of these out. A lot of love for Watkins. Anybody doing the Isak hokey cokey? So, I'm guessing taking Isak out for his single, going for over Watkins or Son, for example, for the double, and then getting Isak back the week after.
See, if I had Isak, I don't think I could take him out. I don't think I could do it for that fixture. So I would probably, rather than look Isak to Son and do the okey-cokey for next week, I'd probably then sacrifice one of my midfielders and bring in a Maddison rather than a Son or a Kulusevski if I didn't have him. I'd go down that route because it really could burn you, that. It's a cracking single fixture. It's almost as good as a double.
So, I'm doing it.
You're doing it, yeah?
Are you doing Isak out?
Yeah. I just think I can't sit there and he gets another 3. Obviously, he's got a high ceiling for the match, but if both players don't do too well, say the one I bring in doesn't do too well and Isak doesn't do too well, at least I'm going to get a bit more points. Isak only got 3 points last week and it's an away game as well. I know Newcastle are hot favourites for the match, but I just think 2 home matches for Tottenham against poor opposition, both must-win games. I just think it's a better 2-for-1 than going for Isak and Southampton. What will be. I think Southampton's a great fixture, though.
See, this is where I got rid of him the week before.
Yeah.
And obviously with this single, so I managed to dodge the Isak bullets because obviously, like you say, you got a 3. I've been able to just avoid having to make this tricky decision. So, I mean, like I said, if I had him, I probably wouldn't take him out. But yeah, it's a brave move. I just think it is a brave move taking him out. But it is, as long as you've got it right in your head that you do it because of this, and like you say, Spurs assets, 290 minutes. Yeah,
my team's set up very nicely everywhere else. So like, unless I do nothing and have an extra transfer next week.
Yeah,
but I've got Timber there, could possibly be rotated, and his ceiling isn't that very high. So I'm thinking go to Porro with him, and then bring in Maddison or Son for the other one. Then it might be a 4-for-2 then.
Yeah, it's It's a tricky one. You never want to take players out like that
Yeah.
with a fun fixture, but like I say, sometimes your hand's forced.
I'm going to pick out a few questions that I think like a lot of people might be considering because there's no way we're going to get through all of these. So, who do you prefer, Diaz or Kevin De Bruyne for this week?
KDB this week.
I don't know. Yeah, KDB's better this week, definitely this week. But longer term, I probably have Diaz because of the double next week, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like on a 1 weeker, I would want KDB, but like if you look at your team and you think there's a load of things you've got to change in the upcoming weeks, save yourself the transfer. I think. Dino or Porro? Is it a unanimous Porro?
Porro.
Drizzle says Diaz always lets him down, but does that, doesn't he? Blank, 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 blank.
Yeah.
Bang.
Boom.
And surely Ipswich is the boom. Is Maddison for captaincy crazy? This is from James, one of our own.
No, it's not crazy. Good differential. Just gotta, if you've got a feeling for it, own it. Yeah, he could outscore Haaland. They've got 2 plum fixtures, to be fair. Spurs, they've got 2 really good fixtures, but Haaland's got a nice second fixture. Penalties as well. Penalties possibly sways it towards Haaland. But...
Ben?
For me, no, I like it.
I
like it. But yeah, Haaland's safer. But yeah, Maddison's got more routes at different points and that.
I last week I had to dodge Isak bullets, Palmer bullets, and Captain Salah bullets.
And you got away with it.
Because I got away with it. And this week I said, why do I always do it? Why am I always having to watch games from behind the sofa? This week I'm captaining Ireland. It's nice and safe. It's the right captain this week in my eyes.
Yeah, I was going to swear then. I just want a stress-free. I just want a stress-free weekend. Actually, I woke up pretty chill. I'm going Haaland. No, like going against Palmer or anything like that, and I'm having a nice day. So yeah. Nobbles. All right, mate. Hope you're good. Watkins for captain.
Loves it. Loves the differential. Go on, son.
No, I don't mind that. If you're bringing him in, I don't mind that at all. I was thinking, my actual opinion, I think that Watkins starts West Ham, does like 60. Duran comes on, if they're winning, obviously. And then I think Watkins is the main man, and so I think he gets Celtic, personally. That's what I think. Start in a 3 quarters or something. Who do you replace? Sorry, I've lost the guy's name, but I just saw it. Who would you replace Saliba with if you was replacing him? Because they're obviously flagged at the moment.
Porro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Tottenham's got double game weeks all the way through now, and they might be in the playoffs as well in 23. So, and they've got Villa in the FA Cup, so they might have to go strong in that game as well.
Yeah. Yeah, good options, Spurs. I know they're not ripping up trees like I say. They always score. Porro's very often involved in the goals as well.
Yeah, it's the bonus. He's top of the bonus points for defender as well, and he can get goals and assists, can't he? So that's probably not the clean sheets we're looking for, but good chance of clean sheets this week.
Yeah, I would agree. The only other one I'd go after that is maybe Virgil van Dijk. Like he could get a rest in the second one, but I feel like that's a position they've got less options to be able to rotate in. So yeah, maybe him, but I think Porro's a good shout. Any thoughts on Bergval? Like, what was he, 1.7? If you were really desperate, would you do it?
I like him as a player.
1.9. Sorry,
I think he's very talented. Very, very good player. Yeah, you need to go that low. I know there's probably is some teams that haven't built early budget or any budget at all that might need it, but surely not.
No. if you had Palmer this week, would you keep him or would you sell him?
So
You've got to sell him. I think you've got to. I know, obviously, touched over Josh earlier. And I was joking, saying that he might take out Palmer and miss his hat-trick and bring in Foden for a blank. But I think sensibly, you got to play the doubles. He's a cash cow. He's got a tricky fixture away at City, so everything points to selling.
I was looking at back in the season when this is a few weeks ago now, but when Chelsea's fixtures were like all singles and Diaz had doubles. I was seeing how many points Diaz was getting compared to Palmer, even though Palmer was getting these hat tricks and all that. And Diaz was pretty much matching up with him all the way through because he has more games. So yeah, and he's got singles all the way through now. Chelsea till 25. That's when they got the first double again against Villa and Southampton. That's when you could probably bring him back in.
I'm going to pick out Amelia's comment here because she's a Villa fan on the Watkins thing. So Duran was on 2 yellows for the Monaco game. If you get 3, you get a ban. So that's probably why he didn't start Monaco. Watkins isn't guaranteed to start West Ham, in her opinion, with the Celtic game being the most crucial. So, yeah, for any of you...
Spanner into the Watkins works.
Captain Watkins or pick Watkins. It's not fully safe. FPL man, Maddison. Sorry.
Go on. I was going to say, should we do a poll, Maddison or Son?
Maddison or Son? Yeah, go on. Tony, you pick some out, or you answer this one, and I'll change the poll.
For me,
where are we?
Maddison, Son, or Gakpo? I'm going Son. Looking at the stats, Son looks like he's just edging Maddison in the Dream Team stats, and obviously goals are 6 points a goal, isn't it? So, and he's on pens, so I'm going Son.
I can't. Yeah, I can see where we are now. Trying to pick some out that we've maybe not touched on. If you had 12 man, Ben, would you 12 man Son?
Yeah, I like it.
I would as well.
You can keep Isak then if you've got plenty of single go players to get out.
Yeah, something a little bit different here as well. DOB, digital obsessive behaviour. Good week to play goal bonus.
Could be, yeah.
Some high ceiling games.
Yeah, I like it. Definitely. Very good week to play it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask this on the 12th man. Yeah. Would you rather, if you got Isak now, would you rather 12th man Son in? And so you'd get 1 of Isak, 2 of Son. Or would you prefer next week? You keep Isak now.
Yeah.
And get the 2 out of Isak and then the 2 out of Son. But the Son games are a bit harder because they're Brentford and
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Probably do the 12 man next week.
Still get 4 games rather than 3.
Yeah. Here's one. Pickles and Brie. Vardio out for VVD. Would you do that this week?
I would. I still would.
I don't think I would. I think I keep Vardio. Just for this week, definitely. Do it next week.
Yeah.
I think Man City will go strong in both games. Liverpool might rotate in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I just see Virgil cleaning Ipswich, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
City can't get one to save their lives, can they? And they might against Bruges, actually. They don't score that many goals. 9 minutes.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Sorry, just get your teams locked in, everyone. Just a reminder.
Just doing mine now.
Bradley Butcher. Rodgers and Palmer out for Foden/Son or Maddison and Watkins.
I'd be tempted to keep Rodgers this week. 2 home games.
See, I'm moving Rodgers out because I want Son.
Oh, right.
But I'm looking at Fernandez and sat him. He just scores points though, doesn't he? He seems to be stinking out with team because penalties are swayed it. So Rodgers, in my head, I'm thinking, and Rodgers out for Son. Son's on penalties, double 2 home games. I know, I'm going to lose my Villa coverage, but yeah, I just fancy Son this week.
Yeah, when you put it like that, Son over Rodgers.
Foden, Son for me.
Yeah, I think that's the right move there. I mean, double up, Madison, Son isn't bad either.
Yeah.
We had that one early, Kulizeski and Madison.
Madison or Rodgers from Jim Daly?
Madison.
Matters.
Yeah, Madison this week.
Can't see Tonic there.
They are. Isak will blank from Drizzle.
Confirmed.
So is it? Yeah.
Goes to the bookies to put a bet on.
Yeah, Ben. Madison 59%. They're saying is the better pick. Son 41%. But that could just be because people on Isak, couldn't it?
Do you know, I was looking at the stats today and comparing them on FF stuff. Son's made 15 big chances and Madison's only made 7, but obviously he's had a lot more minutes than Madison.
Right, I've got a question. Can I have my question answered?
Go on, son.
I need to super chat
it. Who scores most points this week? Fernandez or Madison?
I think I've still got Fernandez over Madison, I think.
Fernandez.
Yeah.
Well, that answers the question then.
Bucharest, it could be a good one, that. Still Bucharest in the second game.
Yeah.
If you've already got him in your team as well, I don't know. But Madison will have a double next week. It depends if you're building your squad for the weeks coming up.
That is what I'm... Yeah, that's what I'm touching on. Is obviously 4 for 3. So if I alter the question then, 4 games Madison. Obviously, he might not play all of them. Fernandez usually plays the majority. It's very rare, really, he comes off. So 4 against 3. Still Fernandez.
Problem with Madison, I don't want to scare you all, but next week it could be all these players come back from injury and then it'll be like, oh, you're back on the bench again. So that's the problem. Like
this week, sorry.
Go on. I
was going to say this week feels better because it's like Leicester and Europa.
Yeah.
But when next week comes and it's like Brentford, Liverpool, does Ange then get a bit like more defensive and go, I'd rather put Basuma in there or Sarr in there if they're back.
Yeah.
And then you get worried, don't you? So probably same as what you were saying, really.
Yeah.
5 mins.
Do you think Gabriel plays that Girona game?
I don't. And I wouldn't like to see him play it. Like, he's played so many games.
Yeah.
We've got City, and then we need to like overturn that Newcastle game. So I think they're the 2 really big games, and then the rest comes after that. So he could play through, but I'd rest him if it was me.
Yeah, agree.
But I'm not Arteta. I'm not selling him. Wolves conceded like the most goals from set pieces or something, so I'm not selling him ahead of Wolves.
Yeah,
it's tricky. It's tricky.
4 minutes. Lock in. I got one. Can I do one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
go
you
on.
sticking Vice on? If you're going Haaland, you sticking it on Salah? Or are you going to go on for someone that's guaranteed for 2 on the Vice?
My vice is on Bruno.
Tone?
Do you know, I didn't even... My vice is sat on Foden.
Yeah, it's decent.
I mean, really, it should be on Son. Just in case Haaland comes down with flu.
I was just looking at that. Mine's on Salah, but I might move it just for someone that's going to get 2 anyway.
Yeah.
But we're on 27. Ooh,
Yep,
it's getting
3
close.
minutes.
Do I take out Gabriel?
Captains, super chat from Stasenko. Captains, I think. Are we all unanimous? Haaland?
Haaland for me, yeah.
Yeah, Haaland, yeah.
Lucas, super chat. Thoughts on Erdegaard to Kulusevski? Already have Maddison. I'd do it.
Kulusevski.
Yeah, I'd do Kulu over Erdegaard.
Yeah.
He did get that goal the last game, but I've not liked how he's played recently. Yeah, a lot of people asking the captain. 12-man Foden? I don't think I would.
I don't mind it. Don't mind it because I probably wouldn't be happy with the next 2 game weeks for Foden after that.
I've not seen anything else on Isak, by the way. So I think we're good.
Arsenal conceded 7 games in a row, haven't they?
No, clean sheet Zagreb.
Hey.
What?
No, because they've got an easy clean sheet in the Champions League. About time they had a clean sheet.
I think that's the only place we've been keeping them. I think we've conceded 2 goals the whole Champions League so far. 1 minute, guys. Lock them teams in. It's game over.
Gakpo starts, I've seen somewhere. I don't know if that's legit.
Expected, surely. We'll let it time out and then we'll have a look at our teams, shall we? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many likes have we got? 347 people watching.
Right. Let's remove that. Time is up. Again, I've not seen anything reliable on this. Are you both off Isak now?
Yeah.
I am.
You never had
him.
him.
Yeah.
He saw him last
2
week.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got rid of him before the singles.
Yeah, I've not seen anyone reliable mention the Isak illness or whatever, so I've stuck with him. I'm just waiting now on refreshing Twitter to see if anything else comes out. But
We've got 2 new members as well. We've got Blakey94 on Patreon and Bradley Laycock on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
Lovely. Cheers, guys. Right. Shall we? Who wants to go first?
Go on.
Yeah.
I'll share it. I haven't even refreshed it yet. There we go. Share screen. Here we go. Zoom in a little bit. So, I think it's the first time this season I've burnt a transfer.
Oh.
I was toying a little bit just towards the end then of Gabriel to Digne, but I've just held off. So one transfer this week, Son in and Rodgers out. Just got a feeling about Son. A little bit of recency. He's got a decent bit of form behind him now. Penalties, 2 home games, both must wins. So yeah, I think he's a good option to go with Kulusevski. Did toy with Madison, but no. So Martinez, Porro, Gabriel, Trent, Kulusevski, De Bruyne, Foden, Fernandes, Son, Salah, Captain Haaland. Team value 63.8. Got up to. So yeah, 330th overall. Second chance, 36.
In the overall, nice. Going against Isak's done you well.
Yeah, it seems so. It seems just give me a little bit of a boost into that league. But obviously we've got people have boosters still. I have no boosters, so probably a bit of a false position to be honest.
Do you want to do yours, Ben? Will Windows allow it?
Let's see if it works. Here we go. Hang on, not worked. Is it sharing it now?
Oh, sorry, I need to put it on the screen for you. There you
go. Yeah, so I was toying with saving the transfers and having 3 next week when we see who's in the playoffs, and then sorting my team out there for Europe. But I just fancy Son to do well this week. It was between him and Madison, and then I've just Son's edged it with penalties, and obviously more nailed than Madison as well. Obviously get 6 points for a goal as well. So Son comes in for Isak. Isak, I still fancy him to do well, but it's a double against a single for me. 2 lovely home fixtures. And Timber, Arsenal have got a blank in 23. I've got Timber and Gabriel double at the back. I like their double as well this week, but I think Arsenal possibly might rotate in the Champions League. So, yeah, Porro's coming in. Must-win game for Tottenham. So it is a 4-for-2 with the players I brought in. I think it's going to be this week. So hopefully the points add up and they'll beat who I've taken out. Yeah, and I've got a full team of double game week players now. And Haaland captain, another must-win game for Man City.
Like it.
We've only one player different, Ben.
Oh, wait.
Have you?
Yeah, Diaz, and I've got De Bruyne.
Right. Me and Scott were pretty similar last week. I think we're 2 players different. But what you done this week, Scott?
Just looking at yours now. Yeah, we're 2 different this week. Let me share mine. Right. Oh no, that's this week. Okay, so currently 59th on the leaderboard. Get that in there quickly. And I took out. I didn't. I mean, it's a nice game in it, Wolves. I didn't particularly want to take my Arsenal players out for this one because I do think this was a nice week. But I think once I see that Arsenal are sort of like 99.9% through, I sent you that. What needs to happen for Arsenal not to get top 8, and it's like you need like 4 different results to happen that don't all look that likely, and then the swings on goal difference are like need to be crazy as well. So I think there's going to be rests in that Girona game. So I could have probably kept Raya, but I've swapped him to Martinez for the home double, West Ham Celtic. That's I think more of a longer term play. I know Raya could play 2 next week, but it frees me up some budget to start making moves later on. And I wasn't particularly happy with Raya since I've had him. And I took Timber out for Madison this week. So Timber come out for Madison. I went from a back 4 to a back 3. I'm pretty confident that Maddison should outscore Timber. I think if anyone needs a rest for that Girona game, it's probably going to be Timber. He's played a load of games. So I've kept Gabriel for the attacking threat and at least got one Arsenal still. They'll go on a run now, won't they, until they're blank in 23. But it's the way it goes. Porro and Trent. So I think that could be the best sort of three defenders in the game, potentially. Gabriel, Porro, Trent. Maddison, Kulusevski, both to attack those fixtures for Spurs. Bruno Fernandes and Foden, pretty template. And then I've kept with Isak for now. Isak, Haaland captain, and then Salah. Just because I'm not certain Salah plays that PSV game. What do you think on that Liverpool second fixture? Well, and Arsenal as well, because I've argued it with not argued, it was civil, but like I've debated it with like a few people who Liverpool, will they play to try and win the group? And I think you get a bit of a budget booster for Liverpool if they finish first, and I think it's €2 million a win you get per game. So some people are saying, they're going to want to win every game, they want to top the group. But surely, like, keeping Salah fit is worth more than 2 million to you.
Yeah,
it is when they're going for a title the way they are. Important to keep the best players fit. But ultimately, you might see a little bit of him in that game then, if it is worth 2 million. If it's a 1-1, there's 20 minutes left. You might, yeah, either or, one way around. Either start, try and win the game early and take him off, but look at their squad. They've got players on massive wages that they've bought for massive amounts of money. It's just not all about Salah. These games are there for opportunities for your fringe players to show what they're capable of. And regardless of the people upstairs wanting that 2 million bonus of each game, ultimately it's down to the manager to rotate and play the players he believes will win a game. I just don't think they'll get involved. I don't think the bonus prize money will come into it. I think it's more about we can get minutes into some people's legs as well. You don't want... Imagine they never put Nunes or Gakpo on or for like 4 or 5 weeks because they played their strongest team. They're not match fit. You have to put minutes into people's legs. So
I've got a actually just on that, like and as well, if they rotate, it's not like they're throwing the game, is it? They could go.
Oh, definitely not.
They could go Nunes. They could go Nunes, Chiesa,
bringing in
Elliot. That's not a bad. That's not throwing the game, is it?
And tell me their weekly wage combined. Do you know what I mean? It's probably $1 million there.
I've got some. It's worthless, and I resent these accounts for doing it because people drop in team news 10 minutes after the deadline. I don't know when they found it out. Darwin Núñez starts. What does that mean?
Does that mean it's Gakpo left, Salah right, or is it Diaz left?
That could be a Diaz benching, couldn't it?
It would usually, I don't know, with Núñez starting, who usually starts alongside him. Is it not Diaz?
You're muted, Ben, by the way.
Yeah, I think Diaz benched, but I'm not too fussed. He'll come off the bench, and then he's got the Champions League game as well.
That's the thing, isn't it? You look at like Diaz, for an example, 3 lots of doubles in a row. So 6 games.
Yeah,
probably starts 4 or 5, doesn't he? And gets sub appearances as well. It still could keep up with some of the other. It's not a problem, is it? William Saliba and Skelly are with the squad.
Oof.
Isak's with the squad. We'll see. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Cheers to everyone for listening. Cheers to all the new members, YouTube members, patrons. Appreciate the support.
when we podding?
Monday.
Is it Monday? Monday night?
Monday night. So if you're watching this a bit later on, or you're still tuned in now, still 200 odd of you. If you want that early access to the pod, or you join us, we do the pods basically like this with our Patreon members, YouTube channel members. So if you want to sign up, get involved, you get the early access, you get the live stream and the Discord community. So cool.
And no adverts.
Oh yeah, sorry, and no
Yeah,
adverts
no
as
ads.
well.
Yeah.
Sweet guys. Catch you both later. Good luck.
Cheers, all.
Yep.
Good luck.
Cheers.